Om Agyantimanandasya Yanangena Shalakaya Chaksunimilitam Jena Tasmaya Srinamaya Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Shrapitam Jena Bhutala Swayam Rupakadamayam Dadanti Shrapadantikam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Vajrakalpaturu When His Holiness Satchidananda Swami asked us all to choose a partner to reveal what our sankalpa would be, I wanted to reveal my heart to Maharaj, so I was a little jealous when she turned towards Mataji, because obviously she's the one closest, so I understood that I purposely kept myself here to the side so I could reveal my sankalpa to Maharaj now. That my main purpose in coming to this festival is to get Maharaj's association. For the simple reason that I have this very strong conviction, I believe very strongly that Maharaj has that taste, ruchi, for the holy name. And I know that I don't have a direct relationship with Krishna, I don't have a direct relationship with Krishna in the form of His holy name, Srinam Prabhu, but I understand the importance of chanting the holy names. It is the Yuga Dharma, as we've heard several times this afternoon. If there's any chance for me to become Krishna conscious, I'll have to become perfected in the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. But like anything else in devotional service, we receive the mercy of Krishna through His devotees. The Lord states very clearly that one who says he's my devotee is not my devotee, but one who says he's the devotee of my devotee, he's actually my devotee. So I consider myself Maharaj's servant, and by coming here on his request and serving him and following his instructions to focus on the holy names and be present to all the programs, so forth and so on, I hope to achieve some taste, to leave this festival with some increased taste of the holy name. When Maharaj contacted me, it's a fact, I was in Brazil earlier on in the year. We were very engaged in a festival program touring the country with about 35 devotees. And when I considered his request, I was thinking, well, how's it going to be possible? I mean, that August 29th, our last festival on the Polish tour this year was scheduled, and it did happen August 28th. That was yesterday, number 44. We did 44 beach festivals, not to mention, Woodstock, which was a major event in itself. We did over 40 festivals, actually almost every day, except a few Mondays. We did a festival every day of the summer. And festival means between 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 people every evening coming. So it's a big program, and I know what I'm usually like after the summer. I'm ready to collapse because we have to put so much into it. Then I was thinking, I don't have to worry about that. I'll come here and I'll get Maharaj's association and I'll be enlivened. And I am. And I'm very grateful that Maharaj came up with this idea that Krishna actually inspired him in the heart to come up with this wonderful idea. And I'm very happy to see that already it was so successful. So many Vaishnavas have come from far quarters of Europe and beyond. And everything is like in Germany. When I think of Germany, everything is very nicely organized and efficient and so forth. I would like to compliment those who decorated this Eastern European sports hall. If I know what Eastern European sports halls are like, I've been doing festivals in Poland for many years, and they're pretty drab, dreary, gray places. But Maharaj said to me before we walked in, "Wait till you see this." And I was thinking that when we first walked in, that was the place where we're going to have the festival with all those drapes. There's not much room here. And suddenly the curtains open, and yes, it's just like Vaikuntha. Lord Jagannath and the deities and Srila Prabhupada and all the devotees. So I'm looking forward to this. This is a great yajna. One devotee did say to me that what is the reason we're having this festival? Which appearance day of Krishna is it? Or which appearance day of Krishna's devotee is it? It's not scheduled on the Vaishnava calendar. I said, no, we don't need an excuse to chant Hare Krishna. Mahaprabhu says, Kirtan Mela Sadahari, that we should be chanting all the time. In fact, when our god sister Madhamalati fell very ill one time in India, she had a very severe case of hepatitis, disease of the liver, which makes you extremely weak. And she went to the local hospital in Mumbai to recover, and she could hardly move at the peak of that disease. So Prabhupada very mercifully went one day to the hospital to see how his spiritual daughter was. And he found her sitting up with difficulty in bed, with her eyes closed, very slowly chanting, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. As she saw Srila Prabhupada. And she tried to pay her obeisances. Prabhupada came and sat in a chair next to the bed, and she was very apologetic. She said, Srila Prabhupada, you know I'm very active. I like to cook for you, I like to clean for you, I like to help your Sankirtan movement and go out and distribute books here in Mumbai, but I'm so sorry. She said, the only thing I can do is just chant Hare Krishna all day. And Prabhupada said, no, that is the goal. Because you Western boys and girls are so passionate, I have to think of many ways to engage you all day, all night. But the goal is, eventually, the mind will become peaceful. The heart will become cleansed. So that we can sit and do the business of the spirit soul. Glorify our beloved Lord in the way He most likes to be glorified in this age, by chanting His holy names. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. So we don't need any special occasion, something this or that. Prabhupada said one time, if you've got time, he said, chant Hare Krishna. So this is a great opportunity, and I must again thank Maharaj for giving us this opportunity, that we can all come together and chant, because it's more potent like that. Throughout the scriptures, we always hear, Jiva Goswami mentions in his Bhakti Sandarbha, and we hear from the lips of Haridas Thakur, that the best chanting is the chanting that's done loudly. When you are chanting your japa, which is of course perfect, it's more a sublime type of chanting, purifying your heart in a peaceful environment. But this type of chanting, where we come together, Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishnam Shambhupam Vishaparshadam Yagnai Sankirtantaya Yashantihi Shumeyashaha. Under the instructions of Lord Chaitanya, where many Vaishnavas come together for the purpose of glorifying Krishna. And at the top of their lungs they chant, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The effect is very great, because that kirtan goes straight into your heart and purifies. Therefore, echoing the words of Maharaj, when he was quoting Jiva Goswami, actually in Bhakti Sandarbha, Jiva Goswami says that this congregational chanting of the holy names is so important, because often it gives a neophyte devotee the opportunity to experience what is spiritual ecstasy. Usually to experience that spiritual ecstasy, that is reserved for great devotees who are much further down the road than we are on the path of devotional service. But as an impetus for us to continue on the process, on the path of devotional service, sometimes we get a little extra mercy. We close our eyes and remember that there was a special class that someone gave one time that just propelled us forward in Krishna consciousness. There was a feast, one of our favorite cooks cooked, and it was just memorable. Or a particular journey we took, a particular parikrama one year to Vrindavan, or in this case a kirtan, which can happen at any time, any place, by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We get a little bit of extra impetus to go forward. So I'm expecting that in the association of His Holiness Indradyumna Swami, whose festival is his brainchild, and all the illustrious great souls who, the Maharajas who have come here, and our godbrothers like Yadavara Prabhu, and Madhahari Prabhu, and the famous Kirtaner Mela Prabhu. I'm expecting that we will get that extra little taste which will propel us forward, give us that faith to keep us going throughout the year. And what's more, to share our good fortune with others. Because that is when the holy name really reveals himself. Sri Nam Prabhu really reveals himself. He really gives mercy when he sees that we are attempting to spread his glories all over the world. So let us imbibe the spirit of this festival into our hearts. Let's spend a lot of time here in this beautiful kirtan hall. It looks like Vaikuntha. Let's take each other's association. I heard the prasadam is going to be very delicious as well. And then take the spirit of this festival out to our respective temples and share our good fortune with others, just like the sages of Namaskar. They actually met for the purpose of purifying the Kali Yuga, giving other people the opportunity to experience the wonderful world of Krishna consciousness. And if we can do that, then I'm sure that Mahaprabhu will bless His Holiness Indradyumna Swami unlimitedly. And he will encourage us all to come back every year for another festival of the holy name here in this wonderful hall. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.